All right, we've cut all those pieces. They're sitting and waiting. Got the last leg ready to dry up. When it's dry, then we can work on the legs. But I mentioned to you earlier I was going to start a different project. I had an idea. And let me show you what I'm talking about. These are the dividers I'm talking about you find in offices. So what I decided to do, I had some black walnut, which I personally prefer. I cut me up some pieces here. That'll be the base here. That's going to be the base. In between each base is a divider. Now the divider, I did one once, did several, but in the past, and I put it in the planer, and they all fell apart but this one. You see how thin that is? Because it's so thin, it made it difficult to go through the planer. So what I decided to do, that's going to be beautiful once it's oiled up. What I decided to do is to make it a thicker one. So it's going to be thicker. Now, there we go. Now it's going to be thicker. I'm getting ready to glue this together. But let me show you something. Each one of these pieces are little pieces that I have cut. And I've cut them so they interlock with each other. So the finished project is going to look like this, kind of like a cutting board. But when you oil that down and then you put it here as the divider, boy, that's going to be sharp. That's going to be sharp. But I'm going to do 3. I'm not going to do as many as this has. I'm just going to have one here, and one there. So there's going to be 1, 2, 3 dividers, 3 boards, and we're going to attach them together with a dowel pin to keep them all together in one piece. I think when it's done, it's going to be really, really pretty. Looking forward to it. But these little pieces, I gotta, hopefully I have enough already cut from a previous project. And if I do, then I can get all of these glued up today, get them set up. But let me show you something on the gluing. This is important. See this board? This board is the top. I have another one over here that's going to go right here. And then we're going to clamp it so it pushes everything together in, pushes it together in, and side to side. These boards have to stay here. They're going to be clamped so it doesn't buckle and pop up. This isn't real easy. This is difficult. It gets frustrating at times. So you got to turn the clamp on the other side, turn the clamp in the middle. It's kind of a drawn out process. As you've obviously noticed, I like working with little pieces, making little designs, being creative with wood in an art form. It takes longer. There's a lot of detail involved. So I run into people at times who ask, hey, can you make me one of them? Well, I can, but there's a lot of time and a lot of expense involved. It becomes an expensive project. I've done some turntables with these unique designs, these Lazy Susans. They turned out beautiful. Tried to sell them, but of course nobody wanted to pay the price for what it took to make them. And I understand that, and that's fine. I had a joy in making them. So what I did, I turned around and gave them as wedding gifts to some very close friends of ours, young adults who had been married over the years, and gave them to them as wedding gifts because it's different, it's unique, and it's just something classy, and I thought they might enjoy it, and they all seem to have. So I've enjoyed doing that. One reason why I'm doing these on the video, showing you guys different things that I'm making, is to kind of educate the public that some of these things that you see in stores, furniture and custom jobs that's being done, the reason why they're priced so much is because of the time it takes and the detail and the accuracy of doing it right the first time. If you want other merchandise, that's fine. It's mass produced, it's synthetic, some of it's not even wood, but we all have our preferences, and I cater to the natural wood because it's unique and every piece is different. It shows the greatness of God, of how He created things. Each item is unique in its own identity, no different than you and I. We're all unique in our identity, and that's the nature of God. That's the power of Him. That's what He has done, and it's just the beauty of God's world that we can look at and enjoy. And so, but anyway, that's my next project I'm working on now. I'm getting ready to glue these up, let them set up. I've got one made. I got to make 2 more. And then from there, hopefully they dry in a day or 2, and we can start putting this one together. This one's going to go a lot quicker than the table, because once these are glued, I'll just sand it, and I'm not going to run it through the planer because it just ripped the shred out of the others. I'm just going to sand her down, get her smooth, and keep it the thickness as it is, and make it work that way. And I think when we're done, it's just going to be extremely beautiful piece of wood and a piece of furniture I'm going to actually take to my store and use it in my desk in my office area. And I have a couple other people I like to make them for. So for now, that's it, and we'll talk to you in a few days.